What up, though? What up, though? What's going on, everybody? Man, it's been a crazy week. I'm gonna wait till some people fall up in here before we get into it, though. But what up, though? What's good with everybody? If you in here, say what up. Let me know you can hear me clearly. What up, Daniel? What's good with it? What's going on, man? What's going on with it? But who all so far this week been tapping into all the interviews and everything that's been going on? What's good with it? What's going on? Everybody, y'all still up? What's the word? But I want to ask y'all opinion about, you know what I'm saying, what the basically what the title is, you know what I'm saying? I think that particular video, I think is the most conflicted comment section I've seen in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like half the people saying yeah, half the people saying no. You know what I mean? But it was other little things that people were saying. I think people was kind of missing the whole point. You know what I mean? Of course, in this live stream, we talk about some of the Dame Fame situation with Philthy Rich and everything else, all the interviews I've been putting up, you know what I mean? So I appreciate if everybody that's up in here, if y'all can hit like, I appreciate that. But as far as for me, let me see what up though. He don't need to. Good convos, fam. I'm doing good. Everybody, y'all doing all right, man? Everybody, what's good, Brandy? What up though? What's good with it? But all right, now I've seen a couple people that said something similar to like he don't need to. I don't think it's a thing about he need to or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I respect where Filthy is coming from. You know what I mean? Now I did hear someone say like, oh, if it wasn't no bloodshed in the situation, then it's just rap beef, this and that. Of course, I'm not from there. Most people probably don't know what's going on like behind the scenes and stuff like that. But if I had to put myself in those shoes, see, I think people are taking it like like Mozzie needed to ask permission. I seen someone say that like, oh, so Mozzie got to ask Filthy permission. It don't have nothing to do with asking permission. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like even if you was gonna make the move or not, Danner just giving your man's a head up so he don't find out via Instagram or via online or anything like that. Mozzie is a boss. He didn't build himself up, you know what I mean, from whatever. A lot of people gonna always go back to who put who on, all that stuff. Like since whoever put whoever on and all that stuff, he been doing his thing. He been grinding hard. He been, pumping out music, fire ass music, doing his thing. See, when I first made that move, I was conflicted when I first seen it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back and start reading some of these comments after the fact. But I was kind of conflicted when I first seen it because I ain't understand it because of the history between Philthy and Messy Marv. I'm like, I don't understand it. I understand they both quote unquote bloods or whatever the case may be. But in my mind, I'm already assuming like, oh, okay, he must have already, him and Philthy must have already chopped it up. So I'm like, either this an overplay for the underplay to try to, do something to old boy, you know what I'm saying? Or I was thinking like, okay, maybe this like how people, how, say for instance, like it was a lot of people that looked at when Jay-Z had signed Nas or something back in the day. People looked at that like, oh, he was little boy and Nas, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, maybe it's one of them moves like, okay, I done came up, this used to be my idol, now I'm in a situation where I can sign him. So it's like Little Dog's son and old boy a little bit. Or it may just be genuine love there. But my thing is, I don't see no reason not to holler at your homie about it. Regardless, you still gonna make your move or whatever you gonna do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna do whatever you gonna do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely love to hear Mozzie, if he ever would speak about his thought process behind it, because, I did see that KMEL interview where he was, showed Messy Marv much love. He showed him hella love, but then at the same time he said, due to the politics, I can't fuck with him. And then less than a month or so later, then this move, happened. You know, I kind of feel like, certain moves, certain chess moves in life that you make or any whatever game you playing, you gotta always weigh out the odds, and I think a lot of times people at the end of the day, not saying there's nothing wrong with making moves that's for yourself. There's nothing wrong with thinking about yourself first, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. But If I got loyalty to somebody, we done broke bread together, we done made hella money together, we done flew across the states together, we done probably hit hoes, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, I just feel like certain conversations just off the strength of this my man that I would have with him, you know what I'm saying? And then it's not out of, oh, I'm asking dude permission. I would just chop it up with my homie about it. Like, hey, this the move I'm about to make, blah, 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 this and that. And be like, okay, anywhere it go, you still can do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. Now, if you totally now someone just said right there, it's the principle. It's the principle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the principle. Morals, you know what I'm saying? Having some ethics of how you do things. But I don't know, what's really going on behind the scenes for, something like that to happen. I don't know. I still wish everybody that's involved the best of luck. I went and checked out the Child Time, the Child Time tape or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I like some songs on there slapping, you know what I mean? I do wish Messy, um, I hope he get back to where he was at flow wise and everything else. I see a redundance in a lot of the flows that he do, you know what I'm saying, over and again, over and over again. He be like, I mean, Shrimps and a lot, nigga. Then he be like, nigga, nigga. It just constantly that type of flow over, but hopefully he get around, what's his face, Mozzie, and he got hella bars he could spit. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, some of that rub off on him and he get back to his 1-2 where he was at, you know what I mean? But Mozzie don't need to speak. See, that's the thing. I think when people, it's not about having to speak to no one. It's not about having to speak to no one. It's kind of hard to give an example. The example Philthy was using, like, you pull up on somebody, it's kind of hard to give an example because I don't want to be like, I would just take any situation that if it's a person in your life that you say you call your brother or you say that you love them and this and that, and this move, this person or whatever the move that you're going to make is with someone that's not in the best graces of this person that you love and you call your brother and got respect for. I just feel like out of respect, you just have a conversation. It's not about asking permission. It's not about having to speak to him like he a little kid. Everybody grown as hell, and I just think people perspective on how they looking at it is wrong. I feel like just the same way people feel like he don't have to, I feel like it's just as easy just to say it wouldn't have been nothing wrong because, like, what's the reason of having an issue? Not saying that him and old boy beefing or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Philthy on and off the record don't have nothing bad to say about him. He just don't respect the move. You never know, like, maybe I just would want to know, like I said, what's on Mozzie's head. Like, if he thinking, well, maybe I can mend the situation. Maybe this could be a powerhouse move at the end of the day. Or like I said, or maybe this was a move like, oh, I'm the little one. This is who I used to look up to, and now I got the opportunity to sign him. He may have just jumped on it quick as hell just because. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You say, I got to see that interview again. Remember him saying, due to the politics. Yeah, that was just on the KMEL. Now, a lot of those messages, now, if I scroll all the way back up to the top, it's tons of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss what a lot of people saying happy holidays. I appreciate it. Happy holidays to you, JD Walker. I'm from Oakland. Salute. This shit, wow. I don't know if it was cool. Philthy had a point. Mozzie just popped up. Yeah, like, I just can't see if it was, you know what I mean, a person. If me and this person never had any conflicts, me and this person, man, you know how hard it is to not only just get along with motherfuckers nowadays, to make money with people on a consistent basis, and this person not trying to short you, this person not trying to get over, this person not trying to cut you out if you're not going through none of them problems and y'all out here went from broke and ain't shit. And that's what I'm saying. I don't look at it like how certain people look at it when they say, oh, this person put them on. Like, I look at it like this person provided an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Philthy did. Some people were saying the dude, someone else did a song with him. Then, I can't remember the name of the song. If it was One Mob, I'll have to go back and look at the name of the song. It was cold as hell that they did together. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple people on the track. Um, damn. It had another dude rapping at the beginning. He was rapping like he was almost like in the alley with a car behind him. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the name of that song. But yeah, someone says politics. Filthy has his own issues with Lavish. Say, but Filthy has issues with Lavish D, so it's not the same issues. See, that's the thing now. I feel like, and I'm just going off. I respect whatever people's opinion is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in any situation, if we get tedious and tit for tat about, well, you spoke to my mama that day, you shook hands with my cousin that day, or you got a problem with, I'm eliminating all the extra shit and just talking about those two individuals. You know what I'm saying? And what quote unquote bond or whatever relationship that they supposed to have. Not all the extra stuff, not everybody else that's surrounded, just those two individuals. You know what I mean? I don't see nothing wrong with just hollering at them. You know what I'm saying? That hollering at a person do not mean that you getting permission or asking acceptance, or you coming to that person like they a kid or you a kid or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like certain shit is real nigga shit. You know what I mean? And it's not to call dude fake. Like I said, he grinded. He worked hard to do what he do. He got his own record label. He put himself in position. I just think a move like that with a person that can be deemed an enemy or someone, all that, and you just said out of your own mouth that due to the politics you can't fuck with him, I would wonder what was his reason for going back and doing it. You know what I mean?